Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So life has been really busy at the moment. We have been pretty full on. So any moment that I do get where I can fit in my filming, I am doing it because obviously I want to be getting content out for you guys. I'm going to be doing a very requested drugstore makeup tutorial, and I've just got bits that I'm familiar with. Some I'm not so familiar with, as in I've used the brand, but I haven't maybe used these particular products, but we'll go through that. Yeah, I just want to show you how you can get a full face and versatile looks, but with products that you don't need to spend a fortune on. Also, not to mention, this is really interesting. So I don't know if you guys have the app Yucca. Basically, every single, I mainly do like skincare and like shampoos and stuff like that I've checked on there. And it basically tells you what products are toxic and what products are not toxic. And I kid you not, most products that are like extortionate, what I would class as extortionate for products, they all come up with being really toxic, having hazardous chemicals in them, whether it be like one chemical or a few, but more often than not, they have been pretty bad ratings. I'm talking like, if it's out of 100, you're talking like 5 out of 100, which is crazy. And then I've like tested more so like the Boots brands, or the brands that, you know, are in Boots, whether it be skincare, even like La Roche-Posay, which is really reasonable for skincare, Vichy, which is really reasonable. And guys, some of them have been 100 out of 100. So it definitely doesn't matter about cost at this point, because yeah, something can be labeled something, but it doesn't mean that it's good for you. And I feel like that's a lesson for most things in life. So anyway, I just went on a tangent, so let's get straight into it. I've actually moisturized already. So speaking of Vichy, that is what I used. I used the Mineral 89. I'll pop it in the links anyway for you, because it is 100 out of 100 on Yucca, which is brilliant. So it doesn't have any toxic chemicals in it, which is really what we want. Moving on, I'm gonna go straight in with the Glotion, and this is by L'Oreal. I know you've probably seen this like plastered all over TikTok at one point, but it's actually really nice when you wanna get a bit more of a glowier, like natural base, but you don't want to be like using loads of powder highlighter. I'm actually using the lighter shade in this because I'm not using this to add color. I'm literally just using this to add luminosity. So I just rub that in with my hands, as you can see. The Victoria's Secret show. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I mean, I just enjoy watching it just for like the makeup, the hair, the like aesthetic of it. Do you know what's really interesting? One thing I will say that I did really like, it really did cater for all ages for a change. I was thinking about like confidence before I get into that. So I'm going in with the Infallible 32 Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Really been liking this. I'm using the shade 260 Warm. You actually only need like a pump and a half. I'm gonna first go in with a pump just because it does really does go a long way. But I just love the formula of this. It really does just blend into the skin beautifully and look like a second skin. Obviously, I always go warmer than my skin tone, because do you know what it is? Like my body is actually still tanned, but however much you try, the tan on your face is just not lasting. First thing to go. So anyway, speaking about the Victoria's Secret and like confidence, I was kind of like watching, and I just analysed things, and I think everyone like picked up on this, but you know, Adriana Lima has been doing Victoria's Secret for I don't even know how long. I want to say like 20 years. And it's not about age or being like the most beautiful, even though she is obviously like unbelievable. But what I mean is, it's just not about that. It's an aura and a presence that comes like from within, and having that like authenticity that, to me, she seemed like very authentic, if that makes sense. Like she was kind of just herself, and that really is like what confidence is about. If you look for confidence constantly in validation of people. And I say this because working in social media, you're constantly kind of naturally, this is so natural. Most people will just keep comparing themselves to everyone, as in like, oh, I didn't get as many comments. There's someone new on the scene, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, if you are just basing your confidence and who you are solely on the validation of like others, especially in an arena like this, but with everything, that is going to stop at some point. So then where do you go from there? Because you'll just crumble. Things go like this, like in waves. And if I'm just going to rely on other people's opinions of me to keep me up here, that is like a rude awakening. Whereas like you do need to know who you are deeply. Like, so whether or not social media does well, you have to almost be detached from the outcome. And like, you know, I look at how everyone was on that runway, and you just see that the people that have something that's coming from within were definitely like shining the most. Like I said, you don't need to be the most beautiful, you don't need to be the slimmest, you don't need to be the most popular, but there is something that comes from within that is different and it will separate you. Sorry, can we just talk about that base? It's absolutely beautiful. I'm now going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour More Than Concealer. This is a really amazing concealer in my opinion. I use loads. I would use this every day. I obviously just go from many different ones, but it's actually so long wearing. It stays matte in the center of your face. And I know people like to be dewy, but actually this area of the face, you don't want to be shining so much. You want to have a level of like a satin finish, like a natural finish there. And I just feel like you are going to get this with this concealer. You will get that real long wear. And a little really does go a long way. It sets also as well, so you can't even leave this to set for ages. Like you literally need to work with it quite quickly. Also, beauty blender from Boots, £1. I'm real. Some beauty blenders, I know I use them as well, but like £15 for a sponge, pretty spenny. While that just like sets for a very minimal amount of time, I'm gonna go in with the Milani, and this is the cream bronzer. Absolutely love this. I have been really using it. It's so easy. I think the fact that it's compact as well, like it just picks up the product so easily. And then the way that it kind of emulsifies into the skin, is that even the word? I'm trying to sound really intelligent. Melts so easily. Just use it on your eyes, use it on your cheeks, use it to bronze, contour. And I love the shade as well. But that has taken me no more than a few seconds. Not forgetting the jawline. Loves that. So, going back to what I was saying, with myself, I know that my faith and having God has literally like changed that expectation of just relying on outside sources to validate you, because he validates me. And you know, actually I look at things from a different perspective, and I kind of look at it more from like how he wants to use me and how I'm being used for him, not what I'm doing for my own kind of gain. And that's why I guess like the way that I view my purpose is it's to serve God rather than how is the world serving me. And don't get me wrong, I had so many moments through like my career and social media and stuff like that where you get so disheartened. You start to really feel like, oh, have I got this in me? You feel all those things because your purpose is reliant on the outcome of that. And you know, with anything, jobs, anything, like we can't just rely on things like that. It has to be deeper. And so I guess like when you do know that God's got a greater purpose for you, then you really you have a different type of confidence. When people say there's a difference between arrogance and confidence, it's really important to as well know that boundary, because confidence is not something that is like, I actually don't think confidence is showy and like you want to like, you know, be seen and heard and blah, blah, blah. It's just, it is that thing inside of you that you know who you are and you're not basing that on those around you. Blusher. I'm also going in with the Milani, and this is 110 Nude Kiss. And I'm gonna do like the nice little like sun-kissed feel, because actually I like it for winter as well. It looks like you've been flushed and you're a little bit cold, which is very cute. I'm not going overboard, but I just like kind of bring it across. Look how easy that is. I literally pick up the tiniest amount and I just blend that over the skin. You don't even need to blend, it kind of does it for you. I really like the luminosity of these cream products. They're very, very skin-like and like balmy. And I just go over just a tiny bit with my beauty blender. I don't apply any more concealer, but I just blend this area here so it doesn't look like you've been wearing sunglasses for 2 weeks straight in the sun, because we don't want the panda look. And also I do really like the fact that, you know, there was many different ages on that catwalk. I think that's really nice because people get so caught up on age and timing and stuff like that, but it really means nothing. You are where you are, and you know, wishing you were someone else is only, in a sense, wasting time, and also wishing you was younger and all of this stuff. I really feel like with age as well, you get to a point where you're so comfortable. You've done the whole trying to like, oh, fit in, people please, etc. And you're past that, and actually it's a really kind of freeing point to be. Authenticity is so important, because whatever you say, like people wear masks, but they can't, those masks eventually fall off. You can only pretend for so long, and that must be exhausting. So there's no point. So what I've just done there is I've used the Light from Paradise, and this is an Iconic Glow powder from L'Oreal, but I really like it on the eyes just to create a very, very soft sheen, but also lighten my base. In regards to powder, so I'm not baking, I'm going in with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Do you know, I've seen so many good things about this powder and I've never tried it. It does look stunning, the videos I've seen. Let's get up close and personal. Oh my god, that was a really like awful dad joke. Personal. Look. So we don't always need to bake, you know. Just go under the cheekbone as well. Definitely looks flawless. Let's pop it over that spot, which actually really hurts. I don't know why though. There we go. Just tone it down a little. Let's now just warm that up. So I'm gonna go in with the Facefinity bronzer by Maxfactor, and this is in the shade Warm Tan. It's not opening. Oh my goodness, what have they done? Glued, there we go. Just picking up. I'm not actually sure how pigmented this is, so let's tap, tap, tap. Oh, that is pigmented. Probably went a bit too far with that then. Okay. I've wiped the excess off, so now we've got to just go a little bit. Wow, that's really pigmented. Oh my goodness me. Okay, this is what calls for, oh my god, I've just gone 5 shades darker. Yeah, this is when you correct. So just grab your beauty blender and just kind of like blend it out. What we don't want to do is like remove. So I always grab my powder if I feel like I've gone too much with the bronzer, and I actually just go over it with the powder, which will even that out. and make it look a lot more toned down. Okay, that is so much better. Very, very small amount now, just in the cheeks. I almost like pat it on, and I am using this over the cream, so we don't want it to go patchy. So that's why I like kind of push the product on, so I'm blending at the same time, rather than just put it on and start wiping, because you don't want to drag what's underneath either. Oh no, but that looks really, really nice, that colour. Put a little bit around the jaw as well, tip of the nose. I'm just going to use this now in the socket, which will, what it will do is it will make that lighter colour that we've used just pop more, and you see straight away, you see the contrast, which is lovely. Also, when it comes to social media, I think that, you know, especially for young girls that are getting into it, it's I know from the outside it looks so glamorous, and you know, they should never complain, which I totally do get as well, because you know, they have a great career, and if they're doing well, I mean, it's incredible, like, you know, to be smashing it at such a young age in regards to working with brands and stuff like that, going on brand trips. But what I will say is the endorphin that you get is something that you continuously crave, and when you're not getting it anymore, you think that you need to go more extreme, and when that's not working, you go more extreme and more extreme, and that's why people get themselves into a state of like depression, anxiety, because actually what they're trying to do is just completely fit into a box that isn't them at all, and they don't understand why they're like becoming more irrelevant. And it's not even about being less relevant, it's just that we're living in a world where it's like a conveyor belt. Things are just changing and turning and switching constantly, so you do have to be okay with that, because if you're not, like, it's really tough, and you'll always lose who you are. And I always look at it like, you know, I went to an event recently and I kind of just looked around, and it's not about being judgmental, but I think when I'm a bit older now, I'm older than like the young girls that are at these events, and everyone wants to be somebody else, but I look out and I'm like, but those people don't even know who they are yet. And it's like we're constantly craving to be a person who doesn't really know who they are. We've got to dig a little bit deeper and be like, but why? I'm gonna go onto eyebrows now, and I'm using the NYX. I've been using this loads actually. I don't want to make my eyebrows too dark because they are pretty full. I was thinking of making them thinner. But what do you reckon? When I was younger, they used to be so thin, it just looked like I had a forehead and no brows. So I'm actually really grateful they grew back, because I know a lot of people's didn't grow back, which is a shame. But thankfully there's stuff like microblading and lots of different ways of, yeah, imitating the hair. I'm literally just defining the bottom of the brow and filling in almost like halfway, but I don't like the top looking bulky at all, because then I look like I've literally got slugs. The minute that I go too dark, it really looks like makeup-y on me. So just, yeah, just a little bit of definition just to frame the face. You won't know this, but this took me like 10 minutes to actually open. I'm using the Lasting Drama automatic gel pencil, and this is by Maybelline, and I'm just going to use that against my lash line. I love like a pencil on the lash line, and then just quickly go in, because these are very quick to set, and literally just like smoke it out a little bit, And what that does is, I feel like it gives you like the doe-eyed look because it's more of like a rounded look. But I love that because you really don't need more than that. And I'm just gonna repeat that on the other side. Yes, pulling your eye really does help, by the way. Get that nice smooth line. Just blend that out. This is actually a really nice pencil. Just fill it in more of it there. Nice. Straight away that opens the eye up, and this is so easy to use. What a beautiful pencil. I love the depth of color as well. I hate when pencils are like, you're literally dragging them and nothing's coming out. So the fact that this is so pigmented is, you don't have to, but if you wanted to elevate this slightly, I've also got the brown, and this is by Maxfactor, and it's a liquid liner in espresso. I will just go in right at the start. I won't take it all the way, but I'll just shape the front of the eye slightly so you get that bit more shape and definition. And these little details make such a difference to like perfecting your makeup. And I really feel like if you wanted to as well, you could just bring out a bit of a wing, but you don't need to do it the whole way. Like the liner, the pencil liner does it for you. Nice. That's nice. So you literally just give that eye a bit more of a winged effect if you don't want to go for more of that doughy look. So you can see now that's kind of more catty and that's still more round, but we'll just extend that out a little bit. It's a really nice thin pen. So you'll get that nice sharp liner. I'm now going to go in with a powder blush. This is by Maxfactor too, and this is the Facefinity blush. I love like the baked blushes because they look really natural on the skin. So I'm actually going to pop that where I popped the blush previously, but it's more of a powder now, so it will kind of just like blend it all together. Really natural. It's called Alluring Rose. Now I'm going to use this eyeliner to kind of like create a few freckles, because it's a really, if you can, it's difficult to see on camera, but it's like the perfect kind of like pencil to get some of those freckles in. Focus more on the nose. And again, you've got to work with this quickly because it is long lasting. Freckles just look really cute over that blushed area that you've done there because it makes it look even more natural. I've also just added my dots. I use the Huda Beauty Lifeliner. Lip wise, we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Now, I have been doing a new technique on my lips recently. I've just got a bit of balm on them now, so I'm gonna just blend that in. I've really been enjoying seeing like this like contoured effect here and almost smudging it out. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do it with the pencil. This is the Cream Glide Gel Lip Liner by e.l.f. So I literally just go at the top here. Like that. And with my finger, I almost like soften it out. And it gives this real nice like pout look straight away. Just gonna do the same. Smudge that out. is a stunning pencil. I like the way that that looks. All of a sudden, have you seen, it almost looks like I've like literally gone and had my lips refilled with filler. Like, it's crazy. And just repeat. And the sides I don't tend to overdraw. That colour is what lip liner dreams are made of. I mean, to finish, we're gonna go in with Oh My Gloss, and this is by Rimmel. This is actually a plumping lip gloss which lasts up to 6 hours, so it claims. Stunning. Ooh, this colour. Look how stunning that is. Wow. It's called Purrr. Purrr. Not gonna lie, that also took me 10 minutes to open off of camera. This is my Drugstore makeup tutorial. What do you think? Are there any products that really stand out to you? Let me know. And also, if there's any products that are Drugstore that you think I should try that I haven't tried, then please do recommend them to me in the comments, because yeah, I would love to get my hands on them. So let me know what you think. I am obsessed with this lip combo. And that blush that is called Alluring Rose. Is it Alluring Rose? Yeah, oh, this. Sorry. I love it. Oh, I just like so much of it. But yeah. And yeah, I hope that I could just encourage you as well to, when it comes to like, you know, seeing things and, oh, I wish I could be more like that, or I wish I could, just trust me, like everyone is probably thinking the exact same thing about someone else. So let's just not waste time wanting to be anyone else. Like, you are who you are. That's not going to change. So like, literally, like, just enjoy it, embrace it, and ask God to reveal his purpose for you, because what he has for you is better than what we have for ourselves. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn your notifications on. Really appreciate all your support. Sending you loads of love, guys. Mwah.